Most people admire success from a distance. They fantasize about the rewards, the recognition, the freedom, but very few are truly willing to do what success demands. The truth is, greatness doesn't just arrive, it is earned step by step through deliberate choices and relentless action. If you want to rise above the ordinary, you must be willing to do the hard things every single day. Not just when you feel inspired, not just when it's convenient, but especially when it's uncomfortable. Because if you avoid discomfort, you're also avoiding transformation. And without transformation, success is impossible. 1. Choosing the hard road. Every great accomplishment starts with a single decision. The decision to stop chasing ease and start embracing challenge. This is the ancient law of progress. The line between mediocrity and mastery is drawn by one powerful difference: the willingness to do what others avoid. While most choose comfort, security, and predictability, the ones who shape history are those who dive into the unknown. They are the ones who stand tall in chaos, who stare fear in the eye and keep going. They know that the mind, just like metal, is only strengthened by pressure, forged in fire, and shaped by resistance. You want to build an unshakable mind? Then do what is difficult. Get comfortable with discomfort. Because it's not the easy days that build your strength, it's the hard ones. Those who choose the harder path become resilient. They become mentally unstoppable. The rest may never know who they truly are because they never dared to find out. Every time you say yes to discipline, every time you keep going when your body wants to quit, you're rewriting your limits. The world doesn't give in to wishes. It yields to unbreakable will. The battle is never just external. The real war is within, against your doubts, fears, and excuses. And in that quiet war, there will come a moment where everything inside you whispers, "Give up." That's your test. That's your turning point. Will you step forward or fall back? Your answer to that question will define your life. 2. Why comfort is the silent killer. Most people live trapped inside a silent prison. Comfort. They chase it, protect it, and even worship it. But comfort, though tempting, is a liar. It convinces you that safety is success. It tells you that staying still is good enough. But inside, a deeper part of you knows the truth. Growth never lives in comfort. Every breakthrough in history was born from discomfort. The entrepreneur who risked everything. The athlete who pushed through pain. The artist who faced rejection and kept creating. They didn't choose the soft life. They chose growth, they chose legacy, and they paid for it with sweat, sacrifice, and sleepless nights. When you choose comfort over growth, you slowly surrender your potential. You stay in your bubble. But when you step into discomfort, you step into possibility. You expand, you evolve. Remember, no one built an empire by staying cozy. The Wright brothers were laughed at. Edison was mocked. Ford was doubted. They were all told to quit, but they didn't. Why? Because they weren't chasing approval. They were chasing purpose. If you want a different life, you must do something different. That means waking up earlier, working harder, facing fears, and taking the leap. That means choosing challenge on purpose. Most won't do it. Most will wait and wait until one day they look back and realize they never truly lived. But you don't have to be most people. You can choose discomfort. You can choose progress. 3. The true power of resilience. Success isn't about talent. It's not about luck. It's about resilience. Your ability to keep moving forward when everything tries to stop you. The road to greatness is filled with setbacks. You'll fall. You'll fail. You'll doubt yourself. That's not a sign to stop. It's proof that you're on the right path. Every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise. Every hardship is a lesson, but only if you're willing to learn. Resilience is built in the struggle. It's built when your motivation fades and you show up anyway. It's built when the spark dies but you keep walking. It's built in the lonely hours when no one claps for you, and you still push through. The strongest trees are those that survive the storm, not because they never bend, but because they never break. So when life tests you, don't see it as punishment, see it as preparation. Every time you rise after falling, you become stronger, you become unstoppable. And here's the truth, resilience isn't a gift, it's a skill. You earn it, you build it, and if you keep going, even when it hurts, you will develop a force within that nothing can destroy. 4. Goals, the GPS of success. You cannot achieve what you haven't defined. Dreams are beautiful, but goals are powerful. Without goals, you drift, you wander, you waste your potential. Every success story starts with a clear, specific goal. Not, I want to be successful, but I will build this business, I will earn this income, I will become this version of myself. Clarity creates power, and when you write your goals down, they become promises, not to others but to yourself. That piece of paper becomes your contract, your commitment, your compass. Then you need a plan, a real, actionable strategy with steps you can track. Vague dreams won't change your life, but consistent action will. Day by day, inch by inch, you get closer. And even when it's not perfect, even when you stumble, what matters is that you move. The world is full of dreamers, but very few become doers. The doers are the ones who act even when it's hard, who stay focused even when distracted, and who persist when others quit. Because in the end, it's not about luck, it's about action, relentless, imperfect, daily action. 5. Believe or be defeated. The most powerful force behind every success isn't money, connections, or intelligence. It's belief. If you don't believe in yourself, no strategy will save you. But if you do, you become unstoppable. Many talented people fail, not because they weren't good enough, but because they didn't think they were. Doubt crushed their dreams before life ever did. They waited for someone else to validate them. But validation is an inside job. You must be your first believer. Before the world sees your light, you must keep it burning. Even in the darkness, even when you fail, even when the voices around you say you're not ready. Success begins in the mind. Everything you want starts as a vision. And if you can see it, truly see it, then you can begin to build it. Belief gives birth to persistence, and persistence gives birth to results. History remembers those who believed when no one else did. Edison, Ford, Lincoln, they didn't wait to be told they were capable. They decided they were. And then they proved it. Now it's your turn. So ask yourself this right now. Will you choose what is easy or what is meaningful? Will you remain where you are or rise to where you're meant to be? Will you watch success from afar or step into the fire and claim it? The choice is yours, and in that choice lies your destiny. 6. Turning struggles into triumphs. Before the world ever saw change, the ones who made history believed in their mission. The Wright brothers believed in flight before they ever left the ground. They didn't wait for signs or approval. They acted with full belief, and their belief took wings. But belief alone doesn't change the world. Action does, persistence does, and struggle. Struggle builds the foundation of every real triumph. Struggle is not something to avoid, it's something to transform. Passion makes this possible. It is passion that turns rejection into resilience, pain into persistence, and hardship into growth. The greatest visionaries, Edison, Ford, the Wright brothers, were not driven by comfort. They were pulled forward by purpose. They didn't crumble when things went wrong. They rose higher because they were driven by something deeper than fear, and you must do the same. When you discover what truly sets your soul on fire, quitting becomes impossible. Passion makes you push harder when everyone else gives up. But remember, passion without discipline is just noise. You must combine fire with focus. Without consistent effort, passion fades, but with it, you become unstoppable. 7. Embracing failure as a stepping stone. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the path. Every great achievement was built on failure, brick by brick. Every stumble was a lesson. Every setback, a hidden opportunity. Thomas Edison failed over 10,000 times before finally creating the light bulb. Henry Ford faced financial ruin before changing the world. Abraham Lincoln lost election after election before becoming one of the most respected leaders in history. These men did not succeed because they avoided failure. They succeeded because they used it. Failure reveals what must change. It teaches what can't be learned through success alone, but only if you are willing to see it that way. Most people run from failure. They take it personally. They believe it proves they aren't good enough. But the truth is, failure only defines those who stop. If you fall, rise. If you're rejected, try again. Every time you get back up, you are not starting over. You are starting stronger. The only true failure is quitting. As long as you move forward, you're still in the game. 8. The role of continuous learning in achieving greatness. The most successful people in the world never stop learning. No matter how high they rise, they stay hungry. They know the world evolves, and so must they. Learning is the key to continued growth. The mind, like the body, needs training. New ideas, fresh insights, humbling challenges. Knowledge keeps you sharp, aware, and ahead. Thomas Edison kept experimenting long after his success. Henry Ford surrounded himself with thinkers and doers smarter than him. Andrew Carnegie credited his wisdom not to what he knew, but to what he was willing to learn. But here's what most people miss. Knowledge isn't enough. You must apply what you learn. You must live it, test it, and grow through it. 1,000 books will do nothing for a man who takes no action. But a single powerful idea, applied with intent, can change your life forever. Read, reflect, adapt. Make learning your daily habit, because the day you stop learning is the day you start declining. 9. Taking action. Ideas are cheap. Execution is everything. The world is full of people with great dreams, great plans, great intentions, but very few take real, meaningful action. And that's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Action is the bridge between vision and reality. You can study all you want, think, plan, imagine, but until you move, nothing changes. Progress only comes when you step forward, even when you're uncertain. Most people wait. They wait for the right time, the right resources, the perfect moment. But that moment never comes. There is no perfect time. The time is now. The greatest achievements in history started with a small, imperfect action. One step, one decision, one leap of faith. Do not overthink. Do not wait until you feel ready. Start where you are with what you have. Action creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence fuels more action. And before you know it, you're moving faster than you thought possible. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. But as long as you act, you learn. As long as you keep going, you grow. So act boldly, act consistently, act now. Because your future doesn't begin someday. It begins the moment you decide to act and refuse to stop.